1. Alariel. Joanna writes, "It all began in 1988 when, with my daughter, Titania, I set up the Starlight Center in the west of England, a center focused on healing and the expansion of consciousness. 2 years later, Stuart joined us to help with the development of the center, and he writes about this period. It was inspiring and fascinating, but also exhausting. A stream of visitors came into the center, mainly from the United States and Australia, but some also from Europe. We had an amazing and mind-expanding time sitting at the feet of internationally respected spiritual teachers and workshop leaders. What I remember most about this time was the big gatherings when our friends came in to share a meal and talk about our experiences and all the changes that were happening in our lives. It was a wonderful time full of joy and laughter and the special events, like Anna Mitchell Hedges sharing her crystal skull, a magnified healing workshop with Giselle King, and the 2 firewalks led by Essa Sani were simply magical. When I went to train as a past life therapist with Ursula Markham, this gave the center a new focus, and a whole cycle of past life work began. Although we explored a number of historical periods, our work took a new direction through the gradual accumulation of 7 past life subjects who had lives 2,000 years ago in Israel. Most of these people were Essenes, and they told a remarkable story that ran parallel with the New Testament account, but also contained some striking differences. Although it was not our intention at the time to write a book, the result of our work eventually produced enough material for a book called The Essenes, Children of the Light, which was published in March 2005 by Ozark Mountain Publishing in America. Our past life work continued, now with subjects coming from as far away as Germany, thanks to our friend Isabel Zaplana, who proved to be a brilliant translator. And when 7 subjects had completed their regressions, we had enough information for another book. It was when we were working on this second book that we made our next breakthrough. We were exploring one of Stuart's lives on Atlantis as an architect called Anquil, when a question which he could not answer was referred to one of Anquil's contacts called Alariel. This angelic being told us that he spoke for a group of 12 angels who worked with the Order of Melchizedek. The full story of our first contact with Alariel is given in Chapter 8 of Power of the Magdalene, published in December 2008 by Ozark Mountain Publishing. We realized from the beginning that this contact could be a unique opportunity for us, and Alariel's insight and knowledge gave our second book a depth which a past life process alone could not have provided. At one point, we asked Alariel to tell us the limits of this process of dialogue. Joanna, are there any questions you are forbidden to answer? Alariel, there are some questions that we choose not to answer, and these come into 3 categories. There are words of power which give access to control frequencies in the angelic world. We obviously would not reveal these. There is information which forms part of the research which other groups on Earth are well advanced on, and will soon reveal. We would not wish to steal their thunder. And finally, there are concepts so far beyond your present understanding that they would disorient you and cause you distress. It is not a kindness to reveal this type of information, and we will not do so. Having said that, there is still a vast amount of information for you to explore. Joanna, we appreciate that these communications are a great opportunity. Why has this opportunity been given to us? Alariel, when you sent your first book out into the world, it opened up a doorway of light, a portal leading to future possibilities. These dialogues are one of the results of opening that doorway. The reward of work is more work, but it gets more interesting as your consciousness develops. Our relationship with Alariel changed and evolved over a period of time, and gradually, through this contact, we came to see him as a channeling source of remarkable depth and clarity. Some of the information we received surprised us, and much of it stretched our imagination and challenged us to expand our awareness. Our dialogues with Alariel were beginning to transform our work, and we became aware that we might be able to access information that went way beyond anything which was currently available.